Hi, welcome to MooMooMath. Today we're going to talk about coterminal angles. Coterminal angles are angles that share the same initial side and the same terminal side. To find a coterminal angle, we're going to add or subtract a full revolution of a circle. So that full revolution in degrees is 360. But you could also be working in radians. So a full circle in radians is 2 pi. So we're going to add and subtract 2 pi depending on if we want a positive or negative coterminal. Now, there are an infinite number of possible coterminal angles. So we're just going to find one positive and one negative for each one. So we're going to start with 215 degrees. 215 degrees. We're going to draw that angle. So starting on the positive x-axis, we're going to go around, and that's going to end up somewhere over here in quadrant 3. So there's the angle. Now I'm going to take 215, and I'm going to add a full circle. So I'm going to add 360 degrees. When I add that, I'm going to get 5, 7, 7. So 575 degrees. So now I'm going to draw that angle. So I'm going to start on this positive x-axis, and I'm going to loop around one full time and then come back around and stop at the same position. So the green angle I just drew is my 575 degree angle. Now I'm going to calculate a negative coterminal angle. So I'm going to take 215 degrees and I'm going to subtract 360. So when I subtract that, I'm just going to get, 5, and then 5 minus 4, and then 145 degrees. And that's a negative. So when I go to draw it, I'm going to go backwards 145 degrees. So in black, that's my drawing of the coterminal angle, negative 145 degrees. Now, let's look at what a positive and a negative coterminal angle will be for pi fourths. So just thinking about its position, I'm going to draw it, and we're in quadrant 1. We're only going up to pi fourths, so there is my angle drawn with the direction. I'm going to take pi fourths, and I've got to add a full revolution. So when I go to add a full revolution in radians, I've got to add 2 pi. Now, in order to add these together, I need to get a common denominator. So 4 is my denominator, so pi fourths I'm not going to change, and then I'm going to change 2 pi to 8 pi fourths. So when I add those together, I'm going to get the coterminal angle 9 pi fourths. So there's my first positive one. Now to draw it, starting on the positive x-axis, I'm going to loop in the positive direction, and I'm going to stop right there so they have the same coterminal angle. So there's the first one. Let me box that so we can find it. Okay, and now let's find a negative coterminal angle. So I'm going to take pi fourths, and this time I'm going to subtract 2 pi in the form of 8 pi fourths. And when I subtract those, I get negative 7 pi fourths. And I'm going to draw that. Let's switch to red so you can see it. So negative goes the opposite direction. I'm going to go around, and I'm going to end right there at 7 pi fourths. So that's how you find a positive and a negative coterminal angle, both in degrees and in radians. I hope this video was helpful.